Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Real Life with Mike. And yes, you did read the title of this video correctly. Summer camping in a winter ice tent. That pretty much explains exactly what we're going to be doing. If you've been kind of keeping an eye on Manitoba in general, or if you're from here, well, you already know, it has been deathly hot out here. You know, 25s, 30s. We're in a pretty big drought, so there's a pretty big fire ban throughout the province. So of course there's not going to be any fires, but we are going to be bringing out, I don't know which one it is, probably this one over here. That one is our Eskimo Outbreak 650 XD, so I'll put a whole bunch of descriptions. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that when we actually get it set up. I've had a lot of people comment and ask, like, hey, you know what, when you're going camping, have you ever used your ice tent to actual camp? Now, there's always positive and negatives about everything. Now, with this one, because it's a last-minute trip, I didn't really do or get to do what I wanted to do. I was actually going to make replacement screens, just like Velcro screens, to replace the vinyl, what do they call, like the vinyl window covers that are in the ice tent, so at least we can get some airflow. But then again, we're not really camping. We are going to be glamping, and if you don't know what that is, well, it's not really camping. We have all the amenities, electrical, water, and whatnot. So, in general, yes, we are going to be a little bit overboard. We are going to actually bring a stand-up air conditioner and stuff like that as well. Because, I mean, with that insulated tent, it is going to be quite warm in there. And at, 30, 35 degrees, I would rather sleep in a place that's nice and cool and not be sweaty all day long. It's also nice to be able to be, when you're on the water, you come out a nice place to kind of cool, get your body temperature back down, drink some fluids, and you'll be ready to get back on the water. So, like I said, this is the one there. Unfortunately, I got to move this big beast to get it out of the way. We'll get everything all packed up. We are going to be meeting my sister and brother-in-law up at Nutimik. I believe it's Nutimik. I don't know. Someone's going to correct me on that yet. This was a last-minute trip. We actually ended up booking the campsite yesterday, and we're going to be leaving today until Tuesday morning. We're going to be coming back. So hopefully we can get on the water. Hopefully we can get some fish for you. I've never fished there personally, so I have no idea what to expect. I don't know any spots. I haven't done a lot of research because of the fact that it would only happen last night. We had enough time to go get groceries, get everything packed up, of course, get all the batteries and stuff charged up, and we're going to be heading up on the road pretty much right away. It is about 9:45 right now. We don't have actual access to the campsite, I think, until 4:30. So we're going to go there, we're going to have everything all packed up, we're going to get on the water first, we're going to do a little bit of scouting, kind of take a look at it, and like I said, my sister and brother-in-law are going to be showing up there later on today as well. So we may have a special guest appearance from one of them, both of them, I don't know, depends on if they want to be on camera or not. And I'm also hopefully going to be taking them fishing, so maybe we can catch some good ones for you guys as well. So now, with all that being said, I have been doing a little bit more time to do the kids fish giveaways. Of course, if you don't know anything about the kids fish giveaways, feel free to take a look at the Facebook page Real Life with Mike, the Instagram page Real Life with Mike, and you can always direct message me for more details as well. Basically, just sending me your kid's name or a kid that you know, their name and their age, and I can put them in to win a free rod. Now, I do have a whole bunch here still that I want to give away. I just recently picked a whole bunch of those up from Lake of the Woods Sports headquarters. Richard there really helped me out. It's really nice to see that they're helping out with the kids fish thing as well. So I got to give like I say, I think I say this every video that I mention to them. I got to give them a big shout out for that as well. So thanks again, Lake of the Woods Sports headquarters. Thanks, Richard, for doing this all for us. I'm going to bring a couple rods with me just in case I do end up meeting up with a kid. Maybe surprise them with a free rod as well. So I don't know, I rambled, I talk really fast, and now I'm out of breath, so it is still really hot in this garage. I should have the fan on. We're going to get everything all packed up. Like I said, we'll take you on the trip out to there. I don't think there's much else to do. We're pretty much ready to go. Hopefully we can get on the water, cool down, and when we get everything set up, I'll give you a walk around of the tent as well. It's like I say, it's going to be the exact same way as our ice fishing setup, but like I said, you'll if you stay tuned, you'll be able to get a little glimpse of that as well. So let's get everything packed up. Let's get in the truck, turn the AC on, and let's get to Nutimik. Alright, well, we made it out to Nutimik, our campsite here. We are in bay number 3, I think campsite number 14. Pretty good site. I mean, it's pretty large. It is a more of a service site. It does have electrical, it does have water. We may have to make another run down to the office just to let them know when we got here. Not sure if you guys can see, but the seal is probably broken on that, and I mean, it's not going to affect me at all, but we just also don't want to be wasting water at a time like this either. So we'll let them know, and hopefully they can get that all fixed up. Other than that, it doesn't seem like it's bothering anything. Of course, we do have the 30 amp plug there, and of course all our stuff. There is a fire pit, but because there's a fire ban, of course you're not going to be seeing any fires from us today. And I think the biggest thing you guys are here to see the video about is going to be this thing. The good old Eskimo Outbreak, or Outbreak? Yeah, Eskimo Outbreak 650 XT. I think it's about just under 100 square feet, kind of a hexagon, like a modified hexagon style shape. Like I said, we're going to get this all set up. Maybe I'll do a little time lapse of us actually doing the setup. I guess we got to find out where we're going to do it as well. But yeah, let's get this tent set up, and maybe we'll hit the water a little bit. Alright, so we do have a couple of these ones that were made before. Those, of course, for when we go ice fishing. These ones we'll probably just do on the edges. Who knows, maybe we'll just leave them on the center, who cares. But yeah, we just have these foam mats. I think we got them at Princess Auto. It was pretty cheap. Bundle of 4, I think it was like $11. So that's what we usually do with the mat down there. We'll get the mat down first, and we'll put the tent on top. Now in winter we do it a little bit different. Of course, we put the tent in and then put the mats in just to kind of protect us from the wind and cold. But it's summer, it's nice, it's almost too hot to be outside. We'll get this floor in and see how that works.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, as you can see, it's set up pretty easily. We do have to put a couple more mats down. It is a lot larger than I remember it from winter, but I'd say from setting it up till now, it probably got about 13 degrees hotter in there. Thank God we brought the AC with us, so we'll get the rest of the mats in. We're gonna get that AC in before we do anything else, get that nice and cool, and we'll go from there. All right, I don't know if you can see it or not. I am quite sweaty. I think last time we checked it was 37 out here, so I mean it is hot. There's almost no wind out here. We did end up having our camp the camp set up here, but because of the way the sun is, it literally would be shining on it all day long. So we ended up moving it over to this corner. Nice and shady. That should be shaded all day long. And even going in it right now, like I can tell with the with the AC on. So much better. So we do have the AC on. Like I said, comment all you want, feel free to make fun of us, but when it's 40 degrees and we're trying this at first with the AC on, with the being in the sun, it actually didn't keep up. I think the sun in general is just too hot. It is pretty manageable right now. It is still 28 in the tent here, but it's gone down from 37, so we're down about you know, what was it, 42? Sorry, it was 42 when we got in here. So we're down about 12 degrees already, and it's only been in about 20 minutes. So I think the most, the happiest thing I'm going to be about this, of course, when we shut all these for daytime, it's going to be absolutely pitch dark, so we don't get woken up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, that's kind of a terrible thing because, of course, when you want to go fishing, that is a great time to go. So we'll see how it all works. But right now, I mean, this is a very basic setup. We're going to get everything else set up. We're just going to let it cool down in here. Yeah, it's starting to cool down, which is really nice. Time for a little bit of a break, and we'll get back at it. Alright guys, well, we have everything all set up. Our campsite is pretty empty because we don't have a lot of stuff out here. It's kind of nice. Everyone seems to be pulling out, so it might be a little bit quieter. The bays in the campsites were pretty full, so I'm not sure if people rent them all the way through. And of course, this is in Nutimik campsite, Nutimik provincial campsite. So yeah, there's only about three spots left when we rented. So we're gonna probably just park the boat here. We're gonna take the truck and kind of go take a look around. I'll be entering like a picture of the map and stuff like that as well. But of course, this is our setup. Now we did have to move it because of the way that the sun is, but I'll give you a little glimpse here. Of course, my logo. It might be dark in here, I don't know how well. Oh, there we go. So of course we do have the two beds set up. This is the exact way that we have it set up for ice fishing as well, except usually this table here is in between, and that's where we would have our live scope, and then of course this center row here would be open with, that's where the holes would be that we draw for fishing. So, I mean, it's not too bad, and yes, like I say, we do have the AC running. We do have the two coolers here. It's pretty bare in here because, like I said, a lot of the stuff we're going to do outside. But I think, what is it running at now? Well, it says 27, but it definitely feels a lot cooler in here. Like, there's absolutely no humidity, and once we got everything all set up here, we actually just kind of laid down, had a little bit of a nap, just kind of cool everything down, and it's actually pretty good. So, I mean, for the insulated tent, would I ever recommend someone to do it by the insulated tent just by itself? Most likely not. It does get super hot in here because you don't have the airflow. It traps everything in. This does have a full black top. I mean, it's gray on the inside here, but it does have a full black top. And like I said, it's kind of nice. I won't zip this all the way down, but if we were to close everything up, I mean, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it is absolutely dark in here. So, I mean, it's super nice to be able to close everything. So if in the middle of the day, if all of a sudden it is too hot, the AC is going, everything's good, grab some waters, shut the lights off, have a little bit of a nap, and recharge for the evening fish. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get the map out. I don't think I have the map here, but we're gonna get the map out. Eventually I'm gonna take a picture and I'll put a screenshot on the screen here for you so you can kind of see it. Now I'll give you all the websites and stuff to link it into that as well. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna get in the truck, we're gonna do a drive around the campsites, and maybe go to the beach, kind of cool off a little bit, and maybe get ready for some fishing in the evening. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour of the Nutimik kind of campsite and all of its amenities and stuff like that as well. Obviously you can see this is gonna be the bathroom slash shower area. Don't worry, that's just Callie. We checked everything, make sure that no one was around. But yeah, super nice little areas. Go into this little hall here, and then they do have paid showers here as well. Let's kind of take a look at this. So yeah, it's just $1 for every 3 minutes. I guess that accepts loonies and toonies, but they have quite a bit of showers there, and then of course they do have a bill exchanger here as well. So, I mean, looking at it, it's a super nice little setup. Of course, I'm not going to take you into the bathroom itself, but they are super clean. It's a nice little building, and the fact that you actually do have that shower stall amenity in a place like this is really nice. So, like I said, it's just one of the other reasons to come camp out here. I'm not too sure what else is around here yet. Like I said, we just got in the truck. We're gonna do some scouting so we can kind of get familiar with the place. But this is just in between. I think it's Bay 1 and Bay 3 is the main shower stall, or I guess shower and bathrooms here for public. Like I say, nice little place, and it is super clean, so they definitely keep it well maintained. So let's see what else this place has got. Well, good morning everybody. It is around 20 after 6. I just got woken up by an absolute crazy downpour, so I thought I would get in the truck, go down to the beach, because apparently the signal's not the best out at the campsite there. So the beach apparently is the best spot. So I'm just waiting for the weather network to kind of show up. I'm doing a little bit of the video in the truck here because it is really windy, and I don't have my media mod on my GoPro. So wind noise when I get outside is probably going to be a little horrendous, so I apologize for that. But I'll give you a little look at the dock and kind of like the conditions we're going to be dealing with today. I'm still debating on if I want to head out or not. The good thing is the place that I want to go fishing is kind of covered, but you also don't want to get stuck on the water in a big storm either. So as you can hear, the wind's pretty crazy, and I'll show you the beach and stuff. Show you the beach after I show you the dock here, or the launch here. So launch is pretty nice. It does have a concrete base to it. The bottom part here is stand because the water levels are quite low. So I know there was a couple guys with their trucks that were having a little bit of issues, especially if you didn't have four-wheel drive. Your back end sunk in pretty quick when you get into there. So I don't know where that pad actually stops, but you can definitely tell there's a couple bigger ruts in there, and then of course when you get in, that's where you sink in a little bit. But I mean, it is what it is. You just gotta make sure you know what you're doing, kind of go a little bit slower, and it works out pretty well. So as you can see behind me, it's quite smoky. Not sure if you can see this, but quite smoky, and you know, not the best weather to be out on a boat, and I definitely don't think I'm gonna try it out, especially the little 12 foot. I mean, the 12 foot's good and all, but like I said, it's not really meant for this kind of weather. But like I said, you can, not sure how well you'll be able to see it on the video there, but it's super windy. Who knows? I do have the rods in the truck. Maybe I'll go back and grab some bait and do some climb up on the rocks on the other side, and maybe do some shore fishing. So, you know, I have nothing else to do. It's early morning. I don't really feel like cooking breakfast yet. Callie is still sleeping, so maybe I'm gonna head back, grab some stuff, go fishing for a bit, and then maybe start doing breakfast, see how this day turns out. It does look like there is some clear breaks through the smoke here. It doesn't look too promising, but I guess I'll check the weather network, and we'll see if we can even get on the boat today. Hope we do. If not, I guess it's going to be a long excursion to the rocks, and maybe go throw a line in there. The tent actually held up really well. We did end up putting probably the smallest tarp in the world on top of it. I think one actual size larger, or like maybe a couple feet larger of a tarp, would actually fit almost perfectly over the entire thing. It's actually kind of interesting how well that would work. This side here, you can see, is almost perfectly dry. I mean, there's some like water droplets on it, but overall looks really good. This side here is a little bit more soaked in, but on the inside it actually looks quite dry. You know, it's one of those things, especially with the warm weather, I'm sure it's going to dry out really quickly. So you know, I ended up heading down to the dock, taking a look. The water doesn't look the best for fishing, but you know, we're out here to fish. We gotta at least make an effort to get out there. So we're gonna try heading out there for at least a good couple hours, see if we can catch something. Maybe try finding a little bit of a calm spot, because like I said, once we get out there, I'll show you kind of the lake in general. It is still super smoky, but that's enough chat for now. Let's get on the water, and hopefully we'll be able to catch some fish. Alright, so finally made it on the water. Yeah, it's pretty choppy out here. We're gonna try heading out to I don't even know what side that'd be, like the far north corner, and hopefully we can get away a little bit from the wind here. But best thing about being out here, absolutely no one else around right now, so that's always nice. It's a really nice little spot here. I'm just gonna troll through this little bit of a weedy section here. It does look like there's some fish there, but don't know how well you can see it on the camera. Nice little place. So yeah, we're gonna put the camera down. Hopefully it doesn't get too wet, and see if we can get into a spot where we can find some fish. So we're at a good spot. We're at around 28. There is a couple fish down there, so we gotta drop a line in right away, and hopefully we can catch some of them. But it is really windy. I apologize for the noise, but we're gonna get fishing, and hopefully I can edit some of that out. Alright, well, we ended up finishing I guess like a brunch, I guess. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on the tent itself. So like, as you can see, it's still kind of shedding some of the water there, but really it's not soaked in much at all. This side was the wetter side, and it does seem to be pretty dried out now, so nothing to be overly concerned with that. Don't mind the mess, because, well, it's outside and we're camping. So you can see there was a couple little spots, one there, and a little bit up on the corner. But everything else seems to be done pretty well. like I said, we had to kind of hang everything because, well, we went out and it was absolutely drenched. But that's pretty much, like I say, it's our setup. Everything else stayed pretty clean. You know, technically, yes, it would work. I would get a larger tarp for sure. And I 100%, like I said, I wouldn't recommend it unless you add electrical and you could do a what's it called, an air conditioning unit, because that first day we set up, it instantly was hot by the time we were even close to being not even close to being done, and it was already hot. So it's around about 11:20 right now. We're probably just gonna head up on the water again. This morning bite was very finicky. Hopefully we can decipher it and find out what's the best way to catch some of these things. But yeah, let's get back on the water and see if I can get my brother-in-law out there, see if I can get him some fish as well.
Are we gonna pack this up or?
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to, I guess, the last day of our camp. It was pretty uneventful. Wasn't able to get on the water as much as we would like to. You know, the wind picked up, the smoke was pretty heavy, and it wasn't optimal fishing for that little 12-foot ultimate. But we did make it out a little bit. Like I said, Callie ended up catching a sauger. I caught a sauger, a couple walleye. They were all under 12 inches, so they were really small. And I ended up catching a random bass. I think it was at like 23 or 24 feet. It was right at the bottom, and the water was really warm. So, you know, it's one of those things too. Every so often, you'll be surprised what you catch in the lake itself. I think that one was a 14-inch, but I'll insert a picture here. So with that, in general, like I said, we're starting to pack everything up. It is quite early. I don't even think it's 8 o'clock in the morning yet, but we have to get back to the city, get some actual work done. The video wasn't as crazy as I wanted it to be. Not saying that I wanted it to be absolutely crazy, but in general, summer camping in a winter ice tent, you know, just because I've had so many people ask about it. So of course the tent is behind me. It is the Eskimo Outbreak 650 XT. Kind of give you a little bit of a look here. The good thing with the XD is it does have that full zip up door on there. Kind of shut that up. We do have our foam floor that we use in ice fishing, but of course we put the ice fishing holes. Usually those end up in the middle here. We just put them on the edge for summer. It fared very well. I mean, I can't really say too much in general. I mean, it's outside. It's not going to be harmed at all. We did have that super heavy rainstorm that came the other day. We do have the tarp on top, but of course, same thing with the ceiling. Looks pretty good. I'm not overly concerned about the rain damaging it at all, but next time I would get a little bit larger of a tarp. So, you know, I think without the AC, I definitely would not recommend going summer camping in a winter ice tent unless you do have some really big fans and stuff like that, because they don't have the ventilation. Now, I wish we would have had a little bit more time. I was going to replace these vinyl ones with some screens, and I still may do that, because I don't think this is going to be the last time we're going to be itchy. This isn't going to be the last time that we're going to be using this tent as well, because it is fairly large. Like, it's hard to see here, but it is around, like, say, 100 square feet. Each of these tiles is a 2 by 2, so 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's probably at least a good 10 by 10. So yeah, with that being said, I mean, in general, does it work? Yes, it does work. Is it hot? Yes, it is hot. Make sure you bring your fan and stuff like that as well. Like I said, we're gonna kind of pack up. We're actually gonna go see, is it just a suspension bridge or a swinging bridge, or I don't know. We have no idea what it is. But before we actually leave Nutimik, we're gonna go take a walk down to the bridge. There's a big suspended bridge that's around here, so we're gonna take a look at that as well. I'll put that on this next clip here, and I'll kind of give you a view of that as well, and do my final outro of what I think of Nutimik in general. But like I say, these are our campsites. Gotta admit, it's nice to be able to be at a campsite where there's actual trees around. You know, the amount of times that we have gone to campsites and it's just like camper on camper on camper. So yeah, we're gonna get everything all packed up and then head down to the bridge. Alright guys, well, we're at the, I guess that's Manitoba Pine to Prairie birding trail here. You know, we drove past a couple times. I've always seen a lot of people park, changes here, park down here. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things that whenever you're at a place, it's always nice to go check out all the other amenities. So, The path does start off at a little bit of a hill to start. Alright, so our first stop on this trail is going to be this little hut thing. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of information just on the trails in general. Of course, I'm not going to read them to you because, first of all, I just can't read in general. Yeah, it has a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure Callie's gonna want to sit and read. She's a weirdo. And then, of course, the bridge is on this side. That's a pretty cool bridge. I thought it would be more of a like suspended / swinging bridge, but it's actually really stable. But I mean, it's still a really cool bridge to say. Yeah, kind of neat. View is really nice too. I wonder how the fishing is down here. I don't know if you're allowed to go fishing or not down this area, but. I don't know, looks pretty cool. Definitely a place I would go. I'm just gonna see what the distance is here. It says 0.4 of a kilometer, so about half a kilometer, I guess, of a walk. We'll walk to the end of the bridge here. There's a sign down there. Of course, like I said, I can't read. My vision is shot right now because it's still early. Yeah, we're gonna walk down there, see what that says. I'm sure it's just the path that goes. Looks like it splits up, but let's say if you're ever out in Nutimik, you know, it wouldn't be terrible to come take a look at this. It's a nice way to kind of break up the day, especially if it has been really hot. Right now it's actually pretty cool, but you know, with all that stuff being said, I really enjoyed my stay here. We definitely want to come back. Hopefully it's not going to be as hot, and you know, we can actually get some good fishing done. You know, it's one of those where as much as it is to do the videos, it's actually a lot harder than people think. I give a lot of credit to all those other YouTube guys that can shoot unbelievable videos, because it's a lot of work. You always got to constantly be thinking about what's the next video, what I'm going to say. There's a lot of stuff I wish I would have done in this video. Do a little bit more of the actual, you know, the campsites, the amenities and stuff like that. I kind of give you a little bit of a walkthrough, but it definitely doesn't show the big possibilities of Nutimik in general. I mean, there's so many lakes around here as well. And oh, I guess Callie wants to head down to Sturgeon Falls, so I guess we're not going to end the video yet. Sturgeon Falls 1.9K. Yeah, we can do that, so I guess we'll continue walking. Alright, well, we made it down here to Sturgeon Falls. It's absolutely beautiful out here, nice and quiet and stuff like that, but there's probably another reason why it's quiet. There is a fire and hiking ban, and I totally forgot about that until we got out here. So we're just gonna do a quick little video and head back, so try to respect as much rules as possible. So when you are out, you know, check your local fire bans, check your trail bans, stuff like that as well. We shouldn't be here, and I really apologize for that as well. So I'd like to thank all you guys for all the subscribers and stuff like that as well. Recently hit 300 on my Instagram and YouTube, so I just want to say thank you as well. I was going to do a free hat giveaway on the second day here, but the service is really bad, so I wasn't able to do that. As soon as I get back to the city, I'm going to draw a name for a winner as well. Kind of keeping an eye on this corner here. Kind of hard to see. I'm not sure you'll be able to see anything at all on the camera, but Callie's seen a couple carp and a bass that was kind of swam by here, so kind of fun. If you guys ever been here, let me know. You know, write a comment below. Obviously there is some bass and some carp around here as well. That's what we've seen, like physically here. But it'd just be nice to see what else other people do. There is another boat way over there on that corner. I haven't seen anyone on the far side there, so I'm not sure the best way to actually get here if you were going to be fishing here. If it wasn't a last minute trip, we definitely would have had a lot more content, had a lot of this a little bit more organized, but it's kind of, I think we were like maybe 14-15 hours before we actually got out here. So unfortunately, like I said, the video is a little bit boring. Gave you a little bit of an insight on using a what's it called, a winter ice tent in summer. Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, the other video explains stuff like that. And once it gets into winter, I will give you an actual walkthrough and stuff of the actual Eskimo Outbreak 650 XT as well. That tent is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. And yeah, so it's I'll give you a little bit more of a update on that, or breakdown when we go through that for winter. There's a boat coming up over here. I don't know if you can see it. So there's a couple boats coming up here. Maybe we'll have to sit and watch. Actually, no, we're not going to sit and watch. We're going to get out of here because we're not supposed to be on the trails. So yeah, we're gonna pack everything up. Like I said, thank you for joining. If you like, check out Instagram Real Life with Mike, Facebook page, or this YouTube. Subscribe if you want to get any more updates on future giveaways and stuff like that as well. And you know, it's something that I'll try to put out content as I can, but as I've said many times before, I got to give credit to those other YouTube guys. I don't know how they do it. You got to be constantly on your video, pretty much film everything, and it's a lot tougher than people think it is. So this video, like I said, is just kind of show you how that all works. Hopefully you got a little bit of substance out of it, but next time we come up, it's going to be a lot more. We'll give you a lot more details. So till we see you guys again, you know, keep your life jacket on. You know, wear your kill cord when you're on your boat. Be aware of your surroundings, and until we see you on the water again, keep it real.